gotta bring him inside.
No.
You can sit at my feet.
No, it's my truck, it's my rules.
Yeah, but it's not your truck, is it? Not unless you're Mr. Turnbull all of a sudden.
Oh, you think this is funny? Like you don't understand. Yeah, you got that right. I don't.
That's a look at the new film Drive Back Home, inspired by a true story, starring Alan Cumming, who plays a gay man who has to be bailed out of jail by his brother and then drive back home to New Brunswick together. While it's a story about a family at odds, it also shows a time in our country's history and its unfair and often cruel treatment of the gay community. And Alan is here to tell us more. Welcome back to the show, Alan.
Oh, Alan, nice to have you back.
Nice to talk to you. How are you doing?
We're well. We're good, thank you. Last time we all talked, you were actually in the process of shooting this film. You mentioned you had packed your woolies. Did you need them in North Bay?
I have never been more cold. I've never been more cold than I was in North Bay. I'm triggered, actually, just thinking about it. But I survived.
Oh, gosh. Now, Alan, this movie is inspired by a true story that touches on a number of important issues. We have family members who are very different and don't see eye to eye. We have suffocating societal norms, and the list goes on and on. What was it about the script that drew you to this the most?
I mean, it was so well written, and I love the tone of it. Mike Clowater, who wrote it and directed it, I just think has got such a great... He manages to talk about really serious things in a very witty, quirky way. But really it was the fact that you don't hear these stories. You don't hear stories about, gay men and their families and from like the late 60s and 70s. You just don't. And a lot of these voices have been sort of silenced. And I feel what's been great about since this film started to play festivals is realizing so many people out there have not had their story told, and it's it's pre all the sort of gay rights stuff of the 70s, pre AIDS, of course, but it's just this kind of funny time where men had to sort of hide, and it was in the time when in Canada when Trudeau said the thing about what you do in your bedroom, the government should not be in your bedroom, but he also said just don't show it in public. So it's a kind of like, it's not quite as good a thing as we thought it was when you actually examine it a little closer. So it was really to be able to tell these stories, and this story that had never been properly told before.
Alan, earlier this year it was announced that you're going to be one of the newest members of the Hollywood Walk of Fame, class of 2025. Talk to us a bit about that, if you could, and how does that recognition feel?
It feels, it's great. It's hilarious and bonkers, and just sort of, I just can't get my head around it, really. I mean, I know it's going to happen, and it's, obviously it's true, but it just seems nuts.
Alan, the praise keeps on coming because you also just won your first Emmy for hosting the reality show Traitors. Did you ever see yourself go that route? Did you ever see yourself hosting?
No. I mean, I've hosted things like documentaries and shows and things like that before, but not like this, not a reality competition show, and certainly not one as... I mean, I don't really feel it's hosting in a way. I feel like I'm acting up a storm. I mean, I'm not being me in it. I'm playing a character. Like many things in my life and my career, this is not at all how I thought things would be going. But, like all the other things in my life, I'm very happy about the way that they've gone. And I think it's a good thing because it sort of reminds me to stay open to things that are outside my comfort zone, or even outside my, periphery, my mental periphery.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of which, we wanted to ask you, because next year is a big year for you. By the way, happy early birthday, 60th birthday coming up in January. Is there anything kind of out there for you on your radar that you haven't done already that you really want to try?
It's so funny. Everyone is asking me these questions. So when you get to a big birthday, everyone, and I guess they sort of think, 60. I mean, that's a big... I just can't believe it. It's even worse than the Hollywood star of Walk of Fame. I just can't quite get my head around it. And I mean, clearly it's true. It's actually happening. But I want to say lots of terribly dirty things to you, and obviously I can't. But I feel I've done... I don't feel I've missed out on things in my life. I feel I've, if I desire something, I usually try and get it. And if I want to go somewhere, if I want to do something. So I don't feel there's something out there that I've lost. But I've been thinking about what I would like to do for myself for my birthday. And I don't know, I think I'd like to go away on my own. I think that's what I'd like to do. I think I'd like to have a little holiday on my own, or, you know, just go and rent somewhere and just read books and cook for myself. I think that's what I'll do.
I like it.
Yes, I like it as well. Kind of a solo celebration. You know, I know it's a big moment, my 60th, but I would like to just enjoy it myself. Thank you. The rest of you,
yes,
away with you.
I'd like to swim in Lake Me.
All right. Well, to echo Jeff's words, happy early birthday, and until next time, Alan. In the meantime, Drive Back Home premieres today. Alan, always a pleasure.
Thank you. Lovely to talk to you.